The peaceful sights and sounds that we find here every day in the United States. Hello everybody, I'm Bob Thomas and this is The Bottom Line. Well, someplace that's not very peaceful these days that you hear a lot about is Syria. We've heard how the military there has strong-armed protesters resulting in a civil war. As horrible atrocities continue to be reported there, the cry is for the outside world to step in and help the protesting parties, or the rebels as they're called. And as you and I know, when someone wants the rest of the world to step in, everyone looks to the United States. So before we go any further, let's catch up on this situation, okay? Syria is run by Bashar Assad. Assad's father was president for 30 years in Syria. When Bashar was growing up, his older brother, though, was the heir apparent to the controlling political party. So Bashar went to college and then went on to London to study to become an eye surgeon. That's when his brother was killed in a car accident back in 1994. So Bashar was immediately called back to Syria to step into his shoes. And in the year 2000, he was elected president of Syria. He was initially seen as a reformist, somebody who was going to bring new ideas to Syria. But that quickly changed. He became an iron-fisted ruler who has now become brutal. According to the UN, over 93,000 people have been killed in this civil war. Obama said if Assad used chemical weapons, that would be a red line, and that would bring U.S. involvement. Well, it's been reported by many sources that Assad has gratuitously used chemical weapons to find all international opposition. And in the meantime, Iran and Russia are still giving weapons and aid to Assad's regime, hoping to keep this last Arab ally of theirs alive. Because without a doubt, a Syria that was sympathetic to the U.S. would weaken Iran and the arms pipeline that supplies the forces that are constantly playing havoc and disrupting Lebanon and Israel. Well, for months, the Obama administration has been trying diplomacy without success. And only in the last week have they said that the United States will begin supplying the rebels. They'll give them weapons. What weapons? We don't know. Senator John McCain wants the U.S. to have missile attacks to end Assad's air power. Well, whatever the United States does, the inevitable seems to be a deeper American involvement. What I fear is that this untested president will get on a path of incremental escalation, each step drawing the U.S. deeper into a complex Muslim conflict that it can't control, which no side seems likely to win. This week, a bipartisan group of senators led by Rand Paul of Kentucky stated their intentions to oppose dragging the U.S. deeper into Syria and maybe another war. Okay, here's the bottom line. As the civil war in Syria escalates, I think back to the wars before where some country slipped into a civil war and one party with the military on their side begins to slowly wipe out the opposing party to avoid having to compromise and let inevitable change occur. The rest of the world screams for us to get involved until we are spending billions of our dollars and sending thousands of our sons and daughters to some country that will eventually hate us anyway. So my question is, are we prepared to start this cycle all over again in another country? Are you? Please leave your comments and your thoughts. Let me know what you think. You can see more episodes of The Bottom Line at thebottomline.tv. I'm Bob Thomas.